This is a big Grand Prix for the three at the front. Oh no, they're all going to be battling this out. We do have Orimas available today. This Grand Prix is a special. It's a finale. He's made himself available. Hopefully next season we can see him more commonly on the grid. Here we go then. This is the championship leader for his first lap of the day. It's a big one. Let's see what he can do. Here's Louis' first lap. Coming around the final corner now. What time is he going to set? He's been looking confident this weekend. And to the line, it's a 1:23.6. It's a good lap. Alfie to the line in the Alpine to 1:25.0. 1.4 seconds off the pace as of now. Next across the line will be the Aston Martin. He's gone wide around the final corner, Lachlan, but he's put in a 1:24.3. It's not too far away. Next is Pepe to do a 1:31.3. I believe he made a mistake in the final sector, which caused him to stop. But next across the line will be one of the title challengers for the Drivers' Championship, and is Christian in the Red Bull. Here we go then. Round a final corner. To the line. Where's he going to stick the car? It's going to be third fastest behind Lachlan. So 1:24.4. That's not what he needs. Oh, and here's Lachlan off. At the final corner, trying to head back into the pit lane. He seems to have lost the car. But here's Orimas. It's been a while since we've seen him on the grid. In that Haas car. Round the final corner. Where's he going to stick the car? He's going to be a challenger for pole position this week. To the line, it's going to be pole. A 1:23.0. That's a brilliant time. As he's displaced the title contender, Louis, who's currently 6 tenths down. It's going to be hard to come back at him. That's a brilliant time by the Haas driver. I'm sure he will be back for season 3. Which will be in a few weeks' time, so we'll have a 2-week break at least between seasons. Here comes Josh on his first run around the final corner. Where's the Red Bull going to go? It's going to be third fastest. A 1:23.7. It's not far away at all. It's not far away from his championship rival. Here comes Alfie round the final corner. Is he going to improve? Here we go. Where's Alpine going to go? He's 7 tenths faster. He's gone up one space and he's dropped Christian down into 6th. Which isn't good for the Red Bull. It's seeming further and further away, this title. Here we go. This is his final run. Christian to line. Where's he going to stick the Red Bull? And it's going to be only 5th fastest. He's gone 3.5 tenths faster, but it's not enough. Louis to the line. Oh, he's hit the wall. And that's going to put a dent in the car. It might not be enough to improve. To the line. Where's Louis going to put the Mercedes? He does improve by 2 tenths, but still 2nd fastest, and that's really good. As Josh is on a lap of his own. But the first across the line out of these last runners will be Alfie. Around the final corner. Where are we going to see him put the Alpine? To the line. Alfie does not improve. Only just doesn't improve. And that's not going to be too good for the Alpine driver. But Josh to the line. This is it. This is his final run. And he's backed out of it. And that is it. Orimas to the line. Improves that time. A 1:22.7. He's absolutely smashed it out of the park today. What a qualifying by the Haas driver. But there we go. It is Orimas on pole, Louis 2nd, and Josh 3rd. As Pepe lines up on that final grid slot. Here we go. Louis turned right. Orimas turned left. As the 5 red lights come alive in Abu Dhabi. And away we go. They were held a long while. But Orimas has gone away pretty nicely. But Louis got on a better start and he's into the lead. The championship leader is into the lead by turn 1. And there's a Red Bull that's gone off the track, and it's Christian who's gone off. And he's lost more places off the start. He's lost 1. Louis is in the lead currently. I think there's a few swerving around. Josh is P3 at the moment. He's going to have to hunt down Louis. Orimas is just tucked up behind him. Both Red Bulls are now really close. There's been a bit of contact between Christian, Lachlan and Pepe. All behind us, all kicking off behind them. All these teams are going to be scrapping for the last points of the season. Louis is going to have to run away as best as possible. Christian in the background up on Alfie. And Alfie's gone straight on. And he's not been able to make the corner, as he's lost all those places he's gained off the start. This is big for Red Bull. And behind, we can see Lachlan, who's going to have a go at Christian. Willie to the outside. He doesn't go for it. He stays behind. And they all continue on as are. And there's about half a second separate every driver at the moment. This is a big Grand Prix for all of them. Orimas will just want to pick up as many points as possible. He's not going to be really caring about the championship fight between the drivers. It's not his battle. He won't care. He'll just want the win. That's what every driver should really focus on. Louis at the moment is in the lead by the end of lap 1. And Josh seems to be struggling and not being able to keep within the range of Orimas. Louis just going to have to try his hardest to maybe not exactly defend Orimas, but make sure he doesn't lose any of his pace. Here he goes. He's saving some battery. Going down towards the end, the final corner of Sector 1, down the straight. Here they come, and DRS will be activated. As they race down all towards turn 6, Orimas has gone alongside him, and he is going to be ahead. Is Louis going to be there? They're side by side. Both of them. Who's ahead? Louis is ahead of Orimas. It was a good move to defend. He keeps in the lead. As the two Red Bulls behind are struggling to keep within arm's length for these two. As they're all battling away, Louis, currently as it stands, will win the championship. It's a pretty good display so far by the drivers. It's all clean, it's all nice and tidy for the moment. Just when will they need to be desperate and have to put their elbows out and start fighting properly? This should be another overtaking opportunity. Josh is much closer this time than he was last lap. He's only 4 tenths behind Orimas. But Orimas is even closer to Louis. Christian's also going to have DRS behind. He's just going to be watching this battle go off. Here we go then. Louis is going to have to deploy his battery if he wants to try keep ahead of Orimas. Orimas hasn't been able to get him. Not this time. As Orimas has gone straight on. He's gone straight on. And he's gone straight on. The camera angle isn't much easier to see. But he's lost all those places. And these three have managed to come out together. As there's a second to separate them. The title contenders have all managed to stay together. Orimas went straight on and took out a polystyrene barrier for the braking points. Lachlan's moved up to 4th. He's going to be a barrier in the way. But now there's no distractions for these three. They're all going to have to brawl away at each other. This is a proper fight for the championship. Though I do say, as long as Louis finishes on the podium or even 4th, he will win the championship. Here we go then, on to lap 4. Orimas has completely dropped out of the top 3 and chances for a podium just for now, as he has Lachlan ahead of him. The two Red Bulls behind are going to be charging down Louis. They'll want to finish this race with honour and pride to try get as much as possible out of this race, even though it just might not matter in the end. Here we go. Is Josh going to have a go at Louis? You might have enough battery to just stay as far away as possible down the straight. Josh won't get him this time. As they follow through, and Orimas is past Lachlan. He's moved back up to 4th. He's going to be closing in on Josh and Louis, and also Christian, who's currently ahead of him at the moment. Josh is too far away for an attempt at a move at the moment. Josh has gone slightly wide. Out of the final corner, there's a crash at the back between Alfie. He's DNF'd. Not sure what's happened there, but Alfie has retired from the session. As I can't see, his camera isn't available. But meanwhile, we have these two fighting. DRS is going to be activated for Josh. Orimas is all over Christian in the background. We could see 2 moves over 1 straight. Is Josh going to be enough? No, he backs out of it. But the 2 behind, Orimas isn't going to be close enough for a move this time. As Alfie has DNF from the Grand Prix. Not sure what happened, but he is out. I don't think it's a crash, as his car was continuing to move. Here's Orimas behind on Christian. And what an overtake that is. Pure pace in that Haas as he's by Christian and up to P3. That's not good for Christian's championship hopes, but it's even better for Orimas, trying to reclaim some points. Christian behind isn't able to keep up with Orimas, so his chances at the championship are going to be even more reduced by the second. There's a yellow flag, and it is Pepe who's into the wall, and he's stopped permanently. I don't know whether he can move, but his whole front wing is gone, and at the moment he is moving. I'm not sure what that means, but these two are very close to each other. Josh has had a snap over the final corner. His rears seem to be going. He's struggling to keep the car under control. Pepe is moving, so he's not out of the race entirely, but he's got a lot of damage to that front wing. Here we go. Louis has strolled off ahead. 3 seconds up the road. This could be wraps already for the championship, but you never want to say never in a Formula 1 Grand Prix. And Josh, he's slowly ice skating around the corner. Orimas is going to have a better exit. He's going to have DRS and battery usage. Josh is just going to let him stroll by. They're way apart down the straight. Orimas is going to be through. It's going to be close. Who's going to be on the brakes later? Orimas is the one to be ahead of the Red Bull. And now he can hopefully go chase down Louis and see what he can make of this Grand Prix. Josh is back down to third, but only for the moment, as he's got DRS and battery to his advantage. Going to go onto the inside of Orimas. He's gave him plenty of space. Orimas has been very sportsmanlike. But on the exit, who is going to have it? They're both going to be side by side, the Red Bull and the Haas. And it seems Josh has kept second place. But Orimas might have a better exit. He's going to try a different line. Oh, they nearly make contact, the two. And Orimas has gone a better exit. Josh has had a little struggle on exit. They're going to be side by side through the final corner. Josh heads straight into the pit lane first. It seems he was struggling on those tyres and he's done nothing but hold up Orimas, which could have done so much poorly for his chances at the championship. Christian continues on. The other drivers of pit 2, I think the lap before they pit. Louis has a 4-second gap at the moment to Orimas, as we have nearly hit the halfway mark in the Grand Prix of the final race of Season 2. And this is only going to get more interesting. Orimas seems to be just slightly faster than Louis at the moment, but that holding up from Josh is going to help Louis. But is this going to be the time for Louis to pit? I'd recommend it. I would pit lap 9 if I was on the mediums, but he has lost a second to Orimas. Just this lap alone, it seems to be struggling. Louis will be coming in for his first pit stop of the day. He's not going to want to exceed that line. He doesn't. Orimas is in. He's in clean as well. Christian's going to come in this lap too. As we're going to see, is Josh going to be out ahead of anyone? You'd see at the moment he's potentially going to be ahead of Christian. But who else? Christian's out of the box now. Orimas is out of the pit lane, so is Louis, and he's sprung off ahead. Josh is currently past Christian, and he is going to be past Christian. He's not going to be past Orimas, though, who is gone. He's ahead. And Lachlan is actually going to be ahead of Christian. Just from the pit stop alone, he is ahead. As the undercut has served him well, has Lachlan. And Josh has got 1.5 seconds to Orimas. It's going to be a lot to gain. But there's no reason why he can't do it. He's been looking the best of the best at the moment. Over these past 4 Grand Prix, he has proved his worth. But behind, Lachlan and Christian were battling. Christian has remained behind for now. But these two are going to battle it out. There's only 2 attempts to separate them now. Is Christian going to go for a move? We've seen overtakes there before in real life. They do make contact, but Lachlan remains ahead for now. But here comes Christian. Christian's going to go for the move. Is he going to get the move done? He's moved out to the left, to the inside line, and he's passed. He's passed before the braking zone, and he goes back up to P4. The tyre advantage is doing him well. And there you go, he's cleared the Aston Martin, and he can go on and attack his teammate, but only if he can get out of the range of Lachlan, who's come back at him. Lachlan is back past Christian and into P4. It's a good move. Simple, but the DRS is so powerful that he is by and made that look easy. RMS and Louis have just gotten much closer to each other. Louis is going to have 8 laps to try and get his car to the end ahead of RMS. RMS has just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 25.9. He's in the 25s. He is going to struggle. As long as Louis doesn't DNF in this race or drop too many positions, he will be champion anyway, so he doesn't have to fight RMS for the win. I'm sure he'll just use him to coast along. As behind, Christian and Lachlan are going at it. Before the DRS straight, Christian is ahead. Who has DRS? It might be Christian. It is Christian. But is Lachlan going to have enough? He's using the slipstream. Is he going to be close enough for a move? Potentially not. He's going to stay behind. Oh, and they've made contact. Lachlan was late on the brakes. Is he going to try get a better exit? He has done. The DRS detection point's going to serve him well. So he's going to have a dosage of DRS down the straight. This is the final DRS zone of the lap. And he's going to be by Christian. This is a mighty battle going on between these two. A championship contender and an Aston Martin who's 5th in the championship. This is a brilliant battle. And Christian to come back at him. Oh, on the inside they bang wheels. But Lachlan's going to remain ahead. Only for now. He forces him out the way. As these two are properly battling. And there's not going to be much nicety between these two. Christian has a championship to fight. And Lachlan has points he'll be wanting. And Christian's going to have another dosage of DRS. The top of the order's really been unchanging for the moment. RMS has slowly clawed away. But here comes Christian. To the inside, Lachlan's brake late. Who's going to be ahead? The switch back by Lachlan. He's not going to have the inside line, so he's not going to have the advantage. But another DRS dosage for the Aston Martin. Is he going to be forced to the outside by the Red Bull driver? No, never mind. To the inside. Lachlan's going to go for it. Is he going to get the move? They're side by side. Lachlan's going to come out ahead for now. They're side by side still. They're going to bang wheels, are they? Going into the... Oh, that's really close there. As they just seem to lose control ever so slightly. But Christian is back ahead. After having to fight him for a few laps, he is back into P4. He did have, but these two is who we're going to be watching. As RMS hunts down Louis for the race win. But Louis won't be too bothered finishing P2, but he would like a P1. As in Sector 3, we do have a car. And it is Lachlan, who's in the wall, and I think his entire front wing has come off. No, maybe half of it. 2 end plates are gone. And he's trying to work out what direction he needs to go. And it is left, Lachlan. And up ahead, these two, 4 tenths apart. Lachlan's managed to got the car to continue on going, as Pepe might be lapped in a moment. And Louis will need him to be close so he can get some DRS to help him out in the straight lines. RMS is just closing in. Now he's got that DRS, he's going to be feeling confident for an overtake. Louis out of that corner. That's a pretty good exit. He's used his battery to his own advantage. RMS, I don't think he'll get him this lap. As Lachlan's headed into the pit lane for a front wing change. Maybe onto the soft tyres or a set of mediums he has gone on to. With the league, RMS gaining. He's going to get close. I think we could see an overtake here. He's not going to want to do anything that could be too risky and ruin both of their races. Out of the chicane, Louis just has that exit. It's not doing for RMS. He does have a lot of battery to spare though, so maybe he should deploy it and utilise it. Maybe he's just concerned with staying close and maybe finding a clean opportunity to take Louis and go into the lead of this Grand Prix. Going to focus on the exit, as Pepe seems to be in the way for the moment, as he's moved out of the way and let Louis and Josh by. As Lachlan has managed to get a 3-second time penalty. Oh, Orimas looked to the outside line, but Louis was already there. This is getting a bit scary for those two, as they're fighting for the win. There's nothing doing at the end of that straight. These two will continue on. Only 3 laps to go. Wants a fast lap himself. Here we go. This is the second last chance for Orimas to take the win. Louis deploying his battery, deploying everything. He's going to keep it in none. He's still in the lead. Out of the chicane, he's going to need a good exit. And the battery usage, they're close. It's only 4 attempts. Is Louis going to cross the line with a win and the championship? What a double whammy that'll be. But Orimas, is he going to spoil the day? He won't. Louis is going to remain in the lead for now. And nothing doing. This could be it. In his rookie season, there's not much to do. There's only a few corners to go for the Mercedes. Orimas isn't going to go for a stupid dive. Louis has done everything today. He's stuck at second. He's going to win the race. And not only is he going to win the final Grand Prix of Season 2, he's going to win the Drivers' World Championship. Louis Brett is a world champion in BRL Season 2. He's done it. Louis Brett is Drivers' Champion. And that is absolutely marvellous to see. And crossing the line, Orimas is second. Josh has finished third. Unfortunately, the 2 Red Bulls have missed out on the Drivers' Championship, but they've made it a brilliant battle to the end. Lachlan has beaten his teammate to the line to finish 5th. I'm not sure who the fastest lap is going to go to, but I feel like Christian could grab it when he crosses the line. But this has been an absolutely monumental day for the rookie, as he has managed to win the Drivers' Championship. Louis Brett is your world champion.